Hey everybody, it is Wednesday. Guess what? Day after tax day, but not officially. Guess what? Because the IRS is so overwhelmed, their system's overwhelmed. Today is actually tax day. So if y'all didn't get your stuff in, you got one more day. Of course, there's the cat. There's Jack Bauer. Jack Bauer is not afraid of any cat because Jack Bauer is a sheepdog, cyber sheepdog extraordinaire. Morgan Wright again here. Hey, was out of the office Monday in San Francisco at the world's largest security conference. So RSA. So I picked up a few things. But I'm going to make up for this tomorrow because I'll have a special announcement tomorrow on the upcoming webinar. Got a special guest, and we're really going to have a good time. So mark your calendars, April 26th. That's the 26th on a Thursday, 7:30 p.m. I'll put more information out tomorrow in that Facebook Live. But hey, want to talk to you today again. This hashtag, be the example. My goodness. The story I'm about to tell you, this one gets to me because it is the same thing I put into this. One of the things that got me started talking about what's going on with kids. And the free report that I did called Hashtags on Instagram, basically it's a hidden language. And this cultural phenomenon of kids and self-harm. The reports of kids in emergency rooms now from self-harm has gone up. Pediatricians are so worried about it. Well, guess what, folks? Let me bring up this story here real quick, and we're going to take a look at this. This happened not too far from me. This is Prince George's County. This is an elementary school. An elementary school. Seven students got treated for cutting their wrists with the blades out of a pencil sharpener. The pencil sharpeners that you get and you bring to school, well, they took the blades out and they did self-harm. None of them seriously hurt. They all got treated, by the nurse there. Didn't have to go to the hospital. But so they talk about, well, they're going to offer counseling to the parents and stuff. And I'm going, wait a minute. Elementary kids, where did they get this idea? There's only one place you can get this kind of idea, and that's from social media. I doubt that the parents have any magazines laying around going, hey, this is how you cut your wrist, Johnny. This is why people are doing it. Get that report that's in this link, and it's called The Hidden Language, the hashtags on Instagram. I'm telling you, if you folks haven't seen it or read it, again, this is all free. It's an education, but it's an eye-opener. When you see the number of people following the posts, following the tag self-harm, and that self-harm with 3 M's, hashtag self-harm, 3 M's, over 2 million posts with that hashtag in there. Unbelievable. And they go through all the different ways you can cut your wrist. People talk about how they hide it in their iPhones and stuff like that. In fact, in the first webinar, and one of the people that I've done an interview with, Bill and Kylie Geither, she talked about cutting herself. This is stuff serious. But here we go. 7 students. And what I like is they don't talk about how they find it. I mean, they waited to let the parents know. This happened on March 29th. It was just now reported. All 7 were taken to the school nurse. School counselors were brought in to speak with the students. The officials announced a ban on pencil sharpeners. Great. Let's ban pencil sharpeners as opposed to let's ban the overuse and consumption of social media by kids in school. You got middle schools now talking about, well, let's do a phones down day. You know, let's get kids off the phone. Why are they? They're there to learn. They're not there to be on their phone and text their besties. So again, parents, it goes back to be the example. Why does the kid need to have a phone at school? Don't give me this stuff. Well, it's for safety. It's for everything else. 3 million phones the school has that look. It's for you to say, well, if the worst happens, you're living out of fear again. Remember, fear. There is no safety in denial, and denial is a save now, pay later scheme, and it's all driven by irrational fear. We've got to start. Your child has a bigger chance of hurting and killing themselves than they have of needing that phone in school for that particular time. So we've got to be looking at that stuff. But taking a look at this, school's first priority was identifying the students. Messages were sent to all parents banning the use of handheld pencil sharpeners, as there are classroom pencil sharpeners available. That's like banning keys to cars after there's been a fatal accident. That's not what you do. Let's get back to the root behavior. Who's looking at their social media? Are they working with the parents to find out what kind of access do they have and why at that age do they have access to some of this stuff? I guarantee you they're not finding a lot of this on YouTube, even though YouTube has some strange stuff. You're going to get it off of Instagram. You're going to get it off of Snapchat. Those are 2 of the most likely places you're going to find this stuff. By the way, I'll post a picture. It's something I put into another group. I'll post this later. But it's about how to find some of these apps that shouldn't be on your kids' phones, like Vault apps, the calculator one that looks like a calculator, but it's not. There's a little trick to show because all of these things require access to photos and videos. And there's only one place you can find out where all of those that have access to it. That's under settings, privacy, and then looking at all the apps that have requested, and then photos, and then looking at all the apps who've requested access to photos. Why does a calculator app need access to your photos? So you can hide them. Anyway, that's a little tip here. But again, it's one of those things I'm telling you guys right now. We've got to look at this stuff. We've got to get better at finding out what our kids are doing. You have to be the example. You have to be a sheepdog parent. And that's why on April 26th, Thursday, April 26th, Dr. Andy Garrett, he's a clinical psychologist. We're teaming up. We're partnering. I got some great stuff I'm putting together. The registration page will go live tomorrow. We'll be promoting this for a week, but we're going to talk about, and actually there's a story I'm going to do tomorrow kind of as a lead into this, is parents fear the sense of failure, which is why they don't report and don't work on the mental illness for their kids. They don't want to be seen as a failure. Guys, you got to get over this. There is no such thing as failure. You can't solve cancer just the same way you can't solve other stuff by ignoring it. So don't be afraid to confront this. We're going to talk about how to have these great conversations, okay? So let me go back to my main screen here. Let's talk about this. So anyway, hey, so again, make sure that you click on those links down there. I've got a lot of free stuff. Get those free reports. Make sure you join up. Share this with us. Join our community. I'm going to be changing that, by the way. The podcast will officially be launching. It's called The Sheepdog Parent. I've just got everything registered now, so I'm going to be in the process the next couple days doing my first few episodes. We'll be looking for parents and experts to interview. So anybody who has a story that they want to talk about and tell, reach out to me. I'll start putting something more formal together. But again, guys, why you got to ask yourself a question. Where did 7 elementary kids learn how to cut themselves? Watch Instagram and Snapchat, and be careful of the kind of access you're giving your kids. Until then, be the example, be a sheepdog parent, get all that free stuff down there, and I will see you tomorrow. Me and Jack Bauer will. Peace out, everybody.